This photo is from when Sophie modeled for Drake's OVO campaign at the time. She is a model and actress, and she was cool with OVO in the camp. And I don't know what him posting her means.
UMG responded, y'all. The suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of his artists is offensive and untrue.
Second, whatever the label UMG was doing to promote, Not Like Us, they were doing the same thing for you your whole career.
I have some wild news that will shake up your view of the music world. A famous artist is locked in a bitter feud with a major music giant. What began as a power struggle has turned into something much more personal. Evidence is starting to point to a twist when the focus shifted to the family of a top executive. According to a source close to the situation, the target is not the boss, but his daughter-in-law. I have it on good authority that this move is sending shockwaves across the industry. The stakes are high, and the drama is only getting started.
Over the next 2 decades, Lucien climbed the ranks until 2005, where he became the chairman of Universal's UK division. And by 2011, he was the chairman and CEO of all of Universal Music Group. And since taking over Universal, he's more than quadrupled the value of the company. It's worth about $55 billion right now. And they also own all the biggest artists. In fact, 70% of the songs on Billboard are owned by UMG.
Can you believe a feud can take such a surprising turn? Rumors have been swirling like leaves in a storm. Insiders are saying the tension is reaching a boiling point. There are whispers in the back rooms, and the energy is electric. Experts close to the scene suggest the personal attack may be a calculated move. They are saying the unexpected shift is a game changer for everyone involved. I have it on good authority that even industry heavyweights are talking about it. Every twist in the story reveals more secrets and leaves us wanting more. This dramatic move is sure to spark debates and fuel late-night discussions. Drake made a bold move that stirred controversy. In a recent social media post, a picture of Sofia Richie Grange appeared online. The post is being seen as a subliminal shot aimed at Lucien Grange. Evidence is pointing to this move as a tactic to deflect attention from the true target. It appears the timing was carefully calculated to send a hidden message. There is a sense the move was designed to shift focus away from the main dispute. Observers note the post carries an undertone of misdirection. Every detail seems to be part of a larger game that is unfolding. Some observers say this move is part of a recurring pattern. There are whispers that a trend has emerged where women are used to avoid direct confrontation with men. I have it on good authority that insiders view this as a cowardly tactic. They are saying that instead of facing key figures directly, the focus was shifted to a family member. Analysts point out the strategy appears to be a diversion tactic. Evidence is starting to point to a move that is more about sending a message than sparking an honest debate. Critics argue the approach only fuels more drama and leaves many questions unanswered. Could this be a sign of even more surprises coming down the line? Who is Sofia Richie Grange? She is a model and actress, once linked to Drake's brand OVO, and now she is married to Elliot Grange, the son of a major music executive, a key figure in the industry. She recently welcomed a baby into her life, which only adds fuel to the fire of this unfolding drama. She is known for her chic style and her growing career in both modeling and acting, a combination that has caught the eye of many. Experts are saying that her new role as a mom might just add another unexpected twist to the already heated conflict, turning a personal milestone into a flashpoint for controversy. Instead of addressing the power players like Lucien or his son Elliot Grange, Drake chose to involve her in the dispute, a move that many see as an unnecessary twist. I have it on good authority that this tactic is stirring more controversy than a direct confrontation ever could. Evidence is starting to point to a calculated attempt to deflect attention from the true issues. Critics are saying that dragging an unrelated woman into the mix only complicates matters further, leaving everyone wondering about the true motives behind this maneuver. Some insiders suggest that the choice was nothing more than a diversion, a way to avoid tackling the real power dynamics head-on. There is growing chatter that by pulling her into the fray, the entire situation has become murkier, making it hard to tell where the real battle lies. Many are pointing out that this decision puts her in the middle of a battle she never signed up for, an unfair play that has everyone questioning the integrity of the move. The tactic has sparked debates across the board, with voices saying that the focus should have remained on the key figures of the feud, not on someone caught off guard in a personal storm. Some believe this step is simply a deflection tactic, a way to skirt around the real issues at hand, and that the move has only added unnecessary layers to an already tangled story. Every new piece of information seems to deepen the mystery and raise more questions than answers, making it clear that this drama is far from over. And as the controversy builds, many are left wondering if this was really about industry power struggles or if it has veered into a personal vendetta with consequences that could ripple far beyond the music scene. Drake has a notorious history of drawing women into his disputes. Evidence is starting to point to a recurring pattern in his approach. Some experts claim that his tactics shift the focus to female figures instead of addressing the main players. I have it on good authority that he uses women as a diversion to avoid a direct clash. In the Meek Mill feud, Nicki Minaj was swept into the drama as a key element of the conflict. Critics are saying that her involvement served as a strategic misdirection. The dispute with Pusha T saw Virginia Williams mentioned in passing as part of the narrative. They are saying that even the fiancés are not spared from the ripple effects of his battles. The controversy did not end there, as the clash with DJ Mustard brought his ex-wife into the spotlight. Observers note that this tactic has become a favored strategy when tensions rise. Even in the conflict with Kendrick Lamar, shots were taken at Whitney Alford and even their children. This move leaves many questioning if the true motive is to deflect attention from the real issues. Some insiders argue that targeting these collateral figures is a calculated maneuver. There is growing concern that such actions only add fuel to an already raging fire. The pattern is alarming, and it raises questions about fairness and accountability in these disputes. Could it be that targeting the vulnerable is a deliberate strategy to sidestep the heart of the matter? Time and again his actions have pointed to a blueprint that uses misdirection to avoid direct conflict. Industry insiders are saying that the drama is engineered to distract from the real power struggle. Critics believe that the method is more about shifting blame than about settling scores. I have it on good authority that every public spat follows a similar playbook. Each feud seems to use a familiar tactic, where personal lives become a smokescreen. Observations from trusted sources suggest that the tactic is both calculated and predictable. During the Meek Mill battle, the focus on Nicki Minaj was seen as a clever move to blur the lines. People close to the scene are saying that the inclusion of a personal figure was designed to confuse the audience. In the Pusha T clash, the mention of Virginia Williams served as another example of collateral targeting. Many are saying that the ripple effects of such tactics damage more than just reputations. Drake's approach has drawn harsh criticism from those who expect a more direct confrontation. Some argue that the tactic is a way to skirt responsibility for the real issues at hand. The focus on secondary figures leaves fans wondering if the true conflict will ever be addressed. Observers are noting that this pattern undermines the integrity of the entire dispute. Each instance reinforces the notion that the battle is fought on multiple fronts, and every new revelation only deepens the mystery of his controversial strategy. There is a growing sentiment that behind every public spat lies a deliberate move to deflect accountability. Insiders are saying that the use of vulnerable figures is a way to soften the blow of a direct fight. Critics argue that this recurring tactic only fuels further controversy in the industry. Many feel that involving those not directly linked to the core issue muddies the waters even more. I have it on good authority that the method is a clear diversion from addressing the real power players. Each time the same pattern emerges, it leaves more questions than answers. Those who follow the drama closely are left piecing together a puzzle with missing parts. There is a belief that the focus should always remain on the true figures behind the conflict. Observers point out that every instance of collateral targeting adds another layer to the feud. Some experts are saying that the repeated use of this tactic is both predictable and damaging. Fans are left to wonder if this misdirection is a cry for attention or a sign of deeper issues. There is growing concern that the personal toll of such moves is far greater than anyone expects. Every new twist in the saga only confirms that the strategy is as much about theatrics as it is about power. Industry watchers are questioning if this pattern will ever see a direct confrontation with the main players. And the repeated diversion of attention only serves to leave the true conflict unresolved. Could it be that the use of such tactics is a sign of an industry in turmoil and a strategy that has become far too familiar? Drake has a history of dealing with rejection in ways that many find unsettling. There is evidence that he has targeted women who turned him down in the past. High-profile names like Rihanna have been caught up in this narrative. Observers are saying that his tactics extend to recent figures like Megan Thee Stallion and Georgia Smith. These actions have left many wondering what his true intentions might be. It appears his method is to lash out in unexpected ways. People close to the scene are saying that the pattern is too clear to ignore. Every twist seems designed to provoke and deflect attention from the real issues. One instance that raises serious concerns involves rapper Mos Def. According to a source close to the matter, Mos Def once labeled Drake a pop artist. Evidence is starting to point to a calculated reaction when Drake followed Mos Def's daughter right after she turned 18. Critics are saying that this move is not only inappropriate, but also a clear example of his pattern of deflection. People close to the scene are unsettled by the personal nature of this response. Some insiders argue that the reaction was less about artistry and more about settling scores. Every detail of this incident adds to the growing list of controversial moves. It is all pointing to a strategy that uses personal connections as a shield for deeper issues. Some insiders argue that these actions are part of a deliberate strategy. They are saying that by targeting women who rejected him, Drake shifts attention away from the real issues. There is growing sentiment that this tactic is meant to avoid direct confrontation. Every new incident seems to add another layer to an already tangled saga of personal vendettas. Fans are left wondering if the true conflict will ever be addressed head-on. Many industry watchers say that this recurring tactic is a clear attempt to redirect the narrative. Some experts point out that this method is both predictable and damaging. The pattern leaves little doubt that personal relationships become collateral in these battles. What does it mean when personal relationships become battlegrounds in industry feuds? There is a sense that these moves are designed to stir controversy and shift focus away from genuine talent. Critics note that the repeated use of such tactics only deepens divides and fuels public outrage. Some observers imply that this recurring pattern reveals deeper issues in a competitive world. Could it be that every reaction is simply a calculated maneuver meant to distract from the real power struggles at play? I have it on good authority that the drama behind these actions runs deep. Fans and critics alike are left questioning if the underlying motives are anything other than self-serving. The debate continues as the industry watches closely and wonders how far the strategy will go. Drake has taken his battle with UMG into the courtroom and the stakes are high. He is claiming that UMG used shady tactics to boost Kendrick Lamar's diss track Not Like Us. Sources are saying that bots and playlist manipulation were behind the surge in its popularity. The allegations point to a move that seems designed to shift focus away from the real issues. I have it on good authority that Drake sees this as a personal affront against his heritage. Every detail of the case appears to add another twist to this already wild story. Insiders are saying that this legal showdown is as dramatic as any celebrity feud. The courtroom is now a battleground where every move is under intense scrutiny. Critics are quick to point out that the methods employed in this battle mirror tactics used before, and the industry is buzzing with speculation about what will come next. He is also alleging that Not Like Us carries anti-Semitic undertones that target his Jewish roots. Evidence is starting to point to a claim that the track was created to stir controversy and hurt him. Critics are saying that this accusation is part of a broader narrative meant to deflect attention. Some insiders note that the lawsuit is as much about public perception as it is about legal merit. There is growing chatter that every detail of this case is under intense scrutiny. Rumors are swirling about hidden agendas and secret motives behind the claim. Some experts are saying that the use of anti-Semitic language is a way to inflame passions. This controversy has become a magnet for attention and debate across the board. People are questioning if the real issue is the alleged bias or a diversion from the main conflict. And there is a strong sense that every claim is made to rewrite the narrative in his favor. UMG has fired back with a response that many view as dismissive. They are saying that the lawsuit is hypocritical because UMG has long used the same tactics for Drake's own music. Observers are saying that the irony of the situation is impossible to ignore. People close to the industry are questioning why Drake would turn on the giant that once boosted his career. This move has left many fans wondering if the real motive is to rewrite a troubled past. Critics argue that the giant has been a cornerstone in his rise, and now the tables have turned. Some insiders claim that the backlash is fueled by memories of past collaborations. The response from UMG is seen as a sharp rebuke that highlights the double standards at play. Every word from UMG is scrutinized as an attempt to dismantle Drake's claims, and it is all adding fuel to an already blazing debate about loyalty and reputation. Critics have been quick to mock the lawsuit and its timing. There is a sense that Drake is now complaining about methods that helped him rise to fame. Some experts argue that he is fighting a battle on two fronts by taking on UMG now. Insiders are saying that this legal action may be more about scorekeeping than about justice. Every twist in the case only seems to add another layer to the drama unfolding. Observers are saying that the lawsuit is less a quest for fairness and more a power play. Some are calling it a dramatic overreaction that tarnishes his legacy further. People in the industry wonder if this is a genuine claim or just another publicity stunt. Every new development is met with skepticism and sharp criticism, and the spectacle of it all only serves to deepen the divide among fans and critics alike. There is a growing sentiment that the legal fight is less about truth and more about image. Observers say that every claim is designed to stir up controversy and fuel debate. People are questioning if the anti-Semitic allegations are truly about hurt feelings or a strategic play. I have it on good authority that the industry is watching every move with keen interest. This courtroom drama is turning into yet another chapter in a saga of high stakes and personal attacks. Insiders are noting that the spectacle might be a calculated move to regain lost ground. Critics point out that the battle is as much about reputation as it is about legal points. There is a belief that both sides are using the courtroom as a stage for their own narrative. Every statement and counterstatement is dissected for hidden meanings, and the whole scene feels like a well-choreographed performance meant to captivate an eager audience. Drake is stepping into dangerous territory by taking on Lucian Grange head-on. The stakes are high, and evidence is starting to point to serious career risks. Lucian Grange is not just any figure. He is the CEO of UMG and commands a vast empire in the music industry. Observers are saying he controls a major slice of the market, with UMG owning a whopping 70% of Billboard's top charting songs. This means crossing him is no small matter. The repercussions could be severe and far-reaching. Insiders note that taking on someone with that kind of power could easily backfire, sending shockwaves throughout the industry. Every new move seems to add to the danger of this strategy, and the potential fallout is growing by the minute. There are even whispers about Drake's endgame in all of this. Some speculate that he might be trying to break free from his UMG contract, a move that would rock the music world, but questions remain over whether his current tactics can truly pull that off. Critics are saying his strategy might ultimately hurt him more than help. A risky play with big consequences. Fans are left wondering if this bold move is a calculated risk or just a gamble that could cost him dearly. Industry insiders argue that challenging a powerhouse like Grange might trigger unforeseen repercussions, affecting not just charts but his entire career trajectory. Every twist in this unfolding drama has people on edge, questioning if the price of defiance is worth the potential payoff. Could it be that by antagonizing such a formidable force, Drake is setting the stage for a backlash that might change everything? Drake is playing a dangerous game that could come with a hefty price tag. He is facing an opponent who has the clout to reshape careers with a single move. Lucian Grange is a giant in the industry. His influence reaches every corner of the music world. Every decision he makes sends ripples through the charts and beyond. Some insiders are saying that going against him is like swimming with sharks. One wrong move and you might be bitten. There is a strong belief that the power dynamics at play here are not to be taken lightly. The risk is real and the potential fallout is massive. The stakes are not just about charts. They touch on everything from public image to long-term career prospects. Some experts claim that even a slight misstep could lead to a cascade of setbacks for Drake. Critics are questioning if the price of defiance is too high when facing someone with such deep industry roots. Every rumor and piece of insider info only heightens the tension. It is being said that the very fabric of the music industry could shift if this conflict escalates further. People close to the situation are watching every move, knowing that even a small miscalculation could have huge consequences. The pressure is mounting, and every new development adds another layer of uncertainty. Many are asking if Drake's current tactics are truly a pathway out of his contract. Some speculate that his endgame might be a bold bid to regain creative freedom and break away from industry constraints. But there is skepticism that his strategy, as risky as it is, might not deliver the intended results. Some observers are questioning if his actions are more about making headlines than about strategic career moves. Every twist in his approach seems to fuel the debate about his future in the industry. Fans are left in suspense, wondering if the gamble will pay off or lead to an irreversible setback. And amidst all the drama, the overarching question remains: is this the start of a new era or the beginning of the end for his career? Drake's actions come off as desperate and weak. Evidence shows his moves are a last-ditch effort to deflect from the real issues at hand. Instead of confronting powerhouses like Lucian Grange or even Kendrick Lamar head-on, he drags women into his conflicts, a tactic that only undermines his position. It appears that by targeting figures with no direct stake in the dispute, he is merely shifting focus away from his own shortcomings, a strategy that may end up backfiring in a big way. Every step of this plan screams misdirection and confusion. There is a sense that the true battle is being hidden behind smoke and mirrors. I see this as a sign of someone who is cornered by his own tactics, trying to cover vulnerabilities by lashing out those not directly involved. This approach is not only risky, but also a clear indicator of desperation, a move that might blow up in his face sooner rather than later. This dangerous game carries serious risks. Powerful figures in the music industry are not ones to be trifled with, and the repercussions for challenging them could be massive. The industry is known for its harsh reality, especially when collateral damage involves innocent bystanders. Every new action seems to further isolate him from the allies who once helped build his success, leaving him alone against giants that control the charts and the scene. It is as if every decision drags him deeper into a pit with no easy escape. The stakes have never been higher, and the cost could be monumental. There is mounting pressure from every angle, from insiders to longtime fans, all questioning whether this is a bold stand or a fatal misstep. I have it on good authority that this path could lead to irreversible consequences that shake his career to its very core. Is Drake digging his own grave with these moves? Will UMG strike back in a way that reshapes his future in music? Does he truly have a long-term plan? Or is he simply reacting emotionally to mounting pressure? These questions echo throughout the industry and leave everyone wondering what comes next. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights fuel this conversation and help uncover the truth behind the drama.